Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about something that I really love, and that is perfumes. And not just any perfumes, but specifically floral perfumes. I don't see a lot of content around like floral and citrusy perfumes, and so I thought that it would be helpful to put together a video of my top 5 or so favorite floral perfumes. I personally have never enjoyed really sweet vanilla perfumes. I prefer to smell very floral, very fresh, citrusy in the summertime. And so if you have a preference for scents like that, then I think that this video will be perfect for you and very helpful for you to kind of figure out a few perfumes that you might like to try. So for each perfume, I will go over 2 things. The first being the main accords of the perfume. So that is kind of just like an overview of what the scent is. And then I will go through all of the notes within the perfume. So a perfume consists of a top note, a middle or heart note, and then a base note. And just to go through a quick explanation of what these are. So the top note is basically what it sounds like. It's the first scent that you get as soon as you spray it onto your skin. It's the first scent that immediately hits your nose. This tends to be a scent that doesn't last very long. It's just kind of that initial scent that you're getting from the perfume. Top notes tend to be citrusy or light floral scents, and like I mentioned, they fade very quickly. The middle or heart note is going to be the secondary scent that you get from a perfume. This is what I would consider the main character of the perfume, and this scent typically, in this case, will consist of a floral or a fruity scent. So the base note is going to be the final scent that you're getting from your perfume and also the longest lasting scent of the 3. These scents tend to be deeper and muskier and more complex, and they linger on your skin. The first, and if I could only recommend one floral perfume, this is the one that I would recommend to anyone, and it is Miss Dior's Blooming Bouquet. So there, I believe, are several Miss Dior perfumes. There's the Miss Dior original, then there's Blooming Bouquet, which is another version of it, and I do prefer the Blooming Bouquet version. So the main accords of this perfume are floral, rose, and fresh. I think fresh is a great word that captures this perfume. It feels very refreshing, like almost like a drink of water. I would even consider this maybe like a clean girl scent if that is something that you're looking for. And then on the other hand, the rose scent in this perfume is central to what it smells like. It smells extremely floral. This perfume is made from fresh damask roses from a region in France, and you can really tell that that process of picking fresh flowers is very important to building this perfume because it does literally smell like you're in a rose garden. And so that's why if I could only recommend one perfume, it would be this one. It is just the ultimate floral perfume. So let's go over the notes of this perfume. I have my computer here with some notes, which is why I might be looking down, but the top note of this is going to be Sicilian Mandarin, which I think contributes to the freshness of the scent initially. And then, as I mentioned, the middle notes are pink peony, damask rose, apricot, and peach. I do think that the peony and rose are stronger and more forward than the apricot and peach scents in this. I would say this is definitely more floral than fruity. And then for your base note, you're going to have white musk, which gives the perfume a bit of depth. If you think of like a floral scent, it's kind of like heady. And so I would say that the musk gives this like an earthier tone to it and helps it to last on your skin all day. Out of all of the perfumes I'm going to show you guys today, I will say that this one is not super long lasting, and I think part of the reason for that is just how floral it is. I find that really floral scents tend not to stick on your skin as well as maybe like a fruitier scent or like a more earthy scent will, but it just smells so incredible that it's probably my like all-time favorite floral perfume. So the next perfume on my list is Jo Malone's Peony and Blush Suede, and this has the same main accord as Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. So this is floral, rose, and fresh, but the scents are definitely significantly different, and we'll go into the notes to kind of explain why. So the top note on this, which actually kind of surprised me, is red apple, because I never really identified that in this scent. This is a bit of a deeper, more like mysterious scent in terms of a floral, so I can see why apple is incorporated as a note in this. And then, as the name implies, the middle note here is going to be peony, and then the base note is blush suede. Compared to Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, this is, I would say, a lot deeper, and the suede is very forward presenting. And so this actually is the perfume that I tend to wear the most in fall and winter. I personally wear florals year round, and that might seem a little strange because when you think of floral scents, you might think of spring, summer, which is totally understandable. But as someone who doesn't like vanilla scents, I really have worked to find florals that I can wear in the colder months. And I think this is the perfect fall winter floral because it does feel a bit deeper with that suede component. This also does feel a bit more adult, a bit more mysterious in comparison with the Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, which I would say feels a bit more youthful and summery. The next perfume that we're going to talk about is Chanel's Gabrielle, specifically the essence and not the original scent. This is the most recent addition to my perfume collection of the perfumes that I'm showing you today. The reason why I decided to add this to my perfume collection is because I have been trying to incorporate some deeper scents on the scale of florals. So I have a lot of very traditional floral scents, which I do love, but for fall and winter, like I mentioned with the last perfume, I like to have some like deeper, muskier florals to incorporate to my day-to-day. So the main accords for this scent are going to be white, floral, citrus, and fruity. And let's dive into the notes to kind of break that down. This perfume is very complex and it has a lot of notes, so let's go over them now. The top notes that you can find in this perfume are citruses, peach, red fruits, black currant, and petit grain. So I do believe that the black currant maybe contributes to the deeper scent of this in addition to the red fruits. And that would make sense why it feels a bit autumnal, as you have kind of these autumnal fruits incorporated into this scent, which is nice. This also has quite a few middle notes. So this incorporates white flowers, tuberose, lang lang, jasmine, orange blossom, and coconut, which I was surprised to learn about. This, you can definitely smell the citrusy side of this, which I think is contributed by the lang lang, and then the top note also has citrus in it as well. I think the juxtaposition of the citrus and those like deeper fruit scents is really nice, because it means you can wear this as a fall winter scent, but it still feels very fresh. And then for your base notes, you're going to have musk, vanilla, and sandalwood. Out of all of the scents I'm showing you today, this one I feel like is the sexiest scent. If you want something just really gorgeous to wear on like a dinner date or to a jazz club or something like that, and you want to wear a floral, I would consider this one. It also just, I think the bottle does a good job of capturing what the scent emulates. Like it feels very sleek, very modern, very sexy, and just gorgeous. So yeah, I have been loving this scent and I'm so excited to be using this. Now the next scent is one that I have had in my perfume collection for a very long time now, but it is just an all-time favorite for me. I will be wearing this forever, and it is Chanel's Chance Eau Tendre. This Chance line has a variety of scents in it. I've smelled them all, and honestly, I love them all. There's like a green bottle and a purple bottle, and those are the other ones that I've smelled. I really like them, but this is the first one that I ever tried. This is the only bottle that I own, and yeah, I just adore this. I would compare this with Miss Dior's Blooming Bouquet. It's funny because they have like a similar look to them. Along with Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, this is definitely the most like traditionally floral scent that I have in my collection. Really great for spring, summer. It just smells very youthful, very fresh, and something that everyone will love. If you love a floral, you'll love this, and just a perfect daily perfume in the spring, summer. So it's a very well-rounded perfume. The main accords you have here are floral, fruity, and citrus. So it really has and pulls from all three of those categories, which I think is what makes it such a lovable and like classic floral. So this is just packed full with a lot of yummy scents. So the top notes are quince and grapefruit. I honestly don't know what quince is, so I just looked it up, and it's a fruit that sits between an apple and a pear. The middle notes are hyacinth and jasmine, and then the base notes are musk, iris, Virginia cedar, and amber. And it's funny, the more that I smell this, the muskier it gets, which is so strange because I think of this as a very great like traditional floral scent, but you can definitely smell like a bit of spiciness and woodiness in this, which I think is what makes it such a good, well-rounded scent. If you love a floral scent, I think this is a necessity to have in your collection. The next scent that I have for you guys is another Jo Malone scent. I love this one so much. It is their English Pear and Sweet Pea, which is a cult classic and for a reason. Its main accords are floral, musky, and sweet, and it is just such a like yummy scent, for lack of a better way to describe it. This is probably the perfume that I get the most compliments on. It just smells so yummy. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. You just want to devour this. You want to spray the whole bottle on yourself because it smells so good. The top note here is Williams Pear, the middle note is Sweet Pea, and then the base note is White Musk. And I think that makes a lot of sense. To me, it smells fruity and sweet and musky. This perfume, out of the ones I'm showing today, is definitely one that I can see being unisex. I know that Jo Malone's, they're technically called colognes because they're unisex perfumes. Men can wear them, women can wear them. I think that makes a lot of sense with this one. This is so musky that it kind of reminds me of a cologne. Basically, if you want someone to smell you and think you smell good, I would recommend this one. So I have two more scents to share with you guys. And this one is basically, as far as I can remember, the first floral scent that I ever bought, and is the scent that's responsible for my current love for florals. It really made me fall in love with floral scents, and that is Estee Lauder's Pleasures. I had to mention this one. This was like the first scent I got that was fresh and not sweet, and I was very much obsessed with this. Still am. I still do wear this. The main accords are white florals and fresh. And honestly, I do think that despite this being such a fresh and clean scent, it is a really complex smell. So your top notes are going to be freesia, green notes, pink pepper, violet leaf, tuberose, and red berries. This does feel and smell very earthy, almost like a walk through the woods, like you're stepping on leaves and the scents of the leaves are coming up and meeting your nose. And I also do get the pink pepper from this. It is a tad bit spicy. Middle notes are going to be lily of the valley, peony, lilac, lily, jasmine, rose, geranium, and caro carund. That is where you're getting all of the floral scents from. And what adds this just gorgeous layer of a floral scent that I guess it's the list that I just shared, but it's such a unique floral scent. It's not what you would expect from a floral scent, which is what I love about this. And then your base notes are musk, cedar, sandalwood, and patchouli. I think the sandalwood is just so yummy in this. It rounds out the scent very well. Overall, I just think this has so many interesting notes to it, which is why it makes for such an interesting perfume and one that you can really fall in love with if you do like it. And I really don't hear anyone talk about this, so I wanted to share this with you guys. And then the last scent that I have to share with you guys because it's my favorite citrus scent is Sezane's L'Eau Sezane. The main accords of this scent are citrus and fresh. This is like the crispest, freshest perfume that I own, that I've ever smelled. And honestly, it's such a special perfume, and I didn't expect that from this. The top notes are citruses and aldehydes. I just looked it up because I've never heard of aldehydes, and apparently it is a synthetic chemical compound that is added to some perfumes that is crucial for creating a sense of lift and radiance, often evoking the scent of clean laundry or champagne bubbles, which I think is interesting because this scent is so different from anything else I have, so it might be the aldehydes that makes it that way. The middle notes here are neroli, peony, and jasmine, and then the base note is white musk. This smells like a couple of things to me. The first being more abstract, but think an Italian summer by the seaside in the sun, fresh lemons growing on bushes all around. You're drinking like lemon water. It smells so refreshing. It's like almost drinkable. And then the other vision, I guess, that I get when I smell this perfume is of, fresh, clean laundry. It smells clean. So if you are looking for a clean girl scent, I would recommend this. The only thing I will say is this one does not last very long for me, and it might be because it is such a heady, clean scent that it doesn't really stay on the skin very well, but it smells so good that I will literally put that aside and I would still repurchase this. It is such a yummy, yummy, fresh, just delectable scent. So I had to talk about this. In terms of longevity, the perfumes that last the longest for me are the Jo Malone perfumes. I just think that these are very high quality perfumes, and the perfumers know what they're doing in terms of making scents that smell good but also last a long time. And then this Gabrielle by Chanel, I also find that this lasts a long time. Sometimes I'll even wash, like I'll take a shower and I'll still smell it on my skin. And it might be because it's the essence. It's a bit stronger and it's made to last. So I would say that these three are the most long-lasting perfumes, as well as the more like deeper and complex perfumes. And then I would say that these two, unfortunately, are the scents that last the least amount of time, but as I've mentioned, they smell so wonderful that I don't really mind. I'll wear them anyway, and you can also get miniature sizes, definitely of this one. I'm not sure if they sell it of this, but to keep in your bag to kind of just refresh throughout the day if you do want to reinvigorate the scent. Okay guys, those were all of the floral scents that I wanted to show you today. These are tried and true, all-time favorites for me. I love each of these scents so much. So if you are looking for a floral scent, I hope that you can find something from this list that you will love as well. Let me know down below what your favorite perfume is, especially if you love a floral scent. I'm always curious to hear about new floral scents and try them out for myself. So let me know, and we will talk very soon. Bye.